Brent again here with Johnson Fabrication and Controls, demonstrating Millis, this time not just using it for easy out, true easy out false instructions or triggering audio, but like I mentioned before, for communication. This example, I'm using it to send out DMX. Let me go ahead and trigger the sequence real quick. At 200 milliseconds, I'm turning on DMX device number 2, slave module number 2, channel 1. I'm setting the light intensity to 255 full intensity, 250 milliseconds. I'm turning on channel number 2, which is red, for the light to 255. And then down here, slightly after 9,000 milliseconds, I'm turning both the channel and the full intensity of the device off. Let me go ahead and show you an example of decreasing intensity, both intensity of the light and of the color. So I've reduced this to 25 intensity. I'm going to go ahead and upload that real quick and I'll re-trigger it. So this is another great example of doing a lot more in Millis without having to use delay. You can do very small increments along this timer. I'm doing increments of 50 milliseconds. We can actually bring that down even less. But here it eliminates a lot more kind of keeping the code not just simple, but allows you to get rid of the delay, so you're not holding up other channels, which I'll show you, which still work simultaneously. Like right now, I can trigger input 3 and latch output number 3, which it'll be relieved at the end of this Millis timer. There we go. And I can use input number 2, and then I'll go ahead and let this loop here for a second. Let's re-trigger that. There we go. Input number 3. Input number 2. So this in the light is now at a much lower intensity, down to 25. So we can bring that down to, say, do it one more time. It's bringing it down to 10. Show you one more example. I usually like to keep the light kind of low. It doesn't need to be that bright. I'll write that in one more time. I'm going to go ahead and re-trigger. There we go. Let's re-trigger it. Trigger input number 3, latch that output. That'll turn off. There we go. I can still use number 2. So there's another great example of using Millis. That post delay will come back around and re-trigger. And we can do this for, like I said, we can write all the channels of this DMX light, and we can do small increments in between. So we can do 300 milliseconds, 325 to turn on green and blue. And this is just a really quick example, but if I was doing a very complex show, I would set it up this way. It's in a linear fashion. It's very easy to look at, to know exactly what you want to do in that time, and you can stack up outputs. So you can say, hey, it's turn on 2 and 3 here. Let's turn on green and